What is going on, you guys? Bashtian here, and today I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys the Starry Night or Holy Night deck profile. Now, a lot of decks will be coming out of the Ghost from the Past set. You got Sun Avalon, you got Dragoonity support, Lava Aval support, but this deck actually stuck out to me a lot. It's just really cool artwork to begin with. Not meta whatsoever in my personal opinion, but it is really cool to see another control-based deck. If you guys don't know, I very much like to consider myself a control-based player, so this was pretty much right up my alley. Not too complicated whatsoever, but you are able to go ahead and have some pretty cool interruptions. So deck pretty much centers all around this one level 7 Light Dragon monster, Radiant of Seiyaru. If you guys don't know, the Seiyaru, whatever the name is, actually a normal monster back in the day, maybe like 2000s, 2002 or something like that. So the normal monster was printed. Normal monster sucks when we are not play in this deck, but it is a part of the lore, I guess, kind of out of nowhere, but it is still cool to go ahead and know a little bit more behind this. So I want to go ahead and show this to you guys. I'll be go ahead and going over my card explanations as to why I chose each individual card, and a little bit more about the actual reasons in some of the combos as what is this deck meant to do moving forward. So first off, we're going to start off with hand traps. Triple Nibiru, the Primal Being, I personally think is still the best hand trap in our current format. It pretty much stops everything. Is something that you have to respect. Game 2s and 3s, you can go ahead and switch out into Ash or Droll, whichever one you think might be best, because after they know you have Nibiru, then they start to try to play around it. So, but it is still good to have, especially when you hit the Dragon Link players when they have the 3 Link monsters on board. And then you can go ahead and just activate Nibiru, and it's so rewarding at that point. So triple Nibiru, self-explanatory, even though I just explained it. You play triple of the Radiant Seiyaru. So basically what this does, if this card is normal special summon, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. Can't be destroyed by battle or card effects with any dark monsters. So that's pretty cool. It has the immediate protection to pretty much every single strong monster that is currently out in the current format, which is actually really nice. But essentially that's not going to be the strongest effect. The strongest effect you're going to be using it for is going to be that you can destroy a card in field when it's normal special summon, and I'll get to that in just a second, how you can just continuously just abuse that effect. Also, this card battles an opponent's monster. You can banish that opponent's monster to the end phase. Also, this card can make a second attack in a row, so that's really cool as well. Then we have the Holy Night Rael. So this is going to be your starter search card for the entire archetype. Basically what it's meant to do is when this card is normal summon, you can add a Holy Night spell or trap from your deck to your hand. You can banish this card from the graveyard to go ahead and target a Holy Night monster in your graveyard. Except Rael and special summon it, so it's a free monster on board in addition to Rael. Actually really broken. So basically you use this card to go ahead and search the trap Holy Night Advent. Holy Night Advent, you have to play a 3 of. It's absolutely insane. Actually really cool card. So basically during the main phase specifically, you can target a level 7 light monster you control, return to the hand, or special summon a level 7 dragon monster from your hand. It doesn't have to be Radiant Seiyaru, but it has really amazing synergy where you can go ahead and just, it's kind of like a an ABC Dragon Buster type of thing. You don't have to discard for it, but you can go ahead and activate it, summon it, get rid of it, and you summon it again, and you get rid of it, and you just keep gaining advantage that way. Every time you summon it, it pops something, and I get to why that's so good in just a second. So then we play double of the Holy Night Flamvel, or Flammel, I should say. This was actually pretty nuts. So basically when your opponent declares a direct attack, you can discard it to special summon a level 7 light monster from your hand. Reason why that comes up is because after you go game 1, you show that Holy Advent's a really good card. They're gonna want to pop it as much as possible, and that kind of stops you into what this deck is trying to do. So as we go ahead and play this card at 2, just in case they do happen to pop your trap card, you're still able to go ahead and summon out your light dragon monster, so you shouldn't have any issues there. Then you play triple of the Astel. Astel, what it does is a quick effect. You can target one light fairy monster, just light monster you control, tribute it, and then special summon one level 7 dragon monster, light dragon monster from your hand. So you kind of get where this is going. All these cards really revolve around special summoning from hand. Flammel, if you someone declares a direct attack, you can discard to special summon. Astel, tribute to light monster to special summon. and then Rael is going to be your search card for your trap card or any pretty much Holy Knight card. Then you play your 1 Honest and your 1 Barrier Statue of the Heavens. This is where the deck gets really nutty. So the main I guess combo you want to go with this. The main win, what's it called? Win. The reason you win with this deck, I completely butchered what it was called. So you summon any Holy Knight, you activate Ties of the Brethren, and you summon any other Holy Knight that you may need, along with Barrier Statue of the Heavens. So the end board that you should have with this is going to be a Rael or a Flamel, doesn't matter. But the 2 that you need to have is going to be an Astal and the Barrier Statue of the Heavens. Now this deck has enough search ability to where you're always going to end up with a Seiraju in your hand unless you get Droll and Lockbird. So you want to go ahead and get this in your hand as soon as possible. So really, you got to think about what you're going to activate first as far as your search cards. Now this deck has, like I said, a lot of searching with it, so that's really amazing. It makes it a lot more consistent. So your opponent can't special summon. So what they're going to try to, except for light monsters, what they're going to try to do, normal summon a monster, beat over this, and then try to get around it. That is where Astal comes in. So you have Astal and you have your Barrier Statue. Now you can tribute Astal itself. There's nothing saying you have to tribute another light monster. So you tribute Astal, special summon the Light Dragon, you pop the monster they have on board, and your Barrier Statue stays. It saves you for another turn. Absolutely insane. Or you activate the trap card to special summon it, bring it back, and you do the exact same thing next turn. No matter what they try to do, they will not be able to get around it unless you're playing a light deck like Trickstar, right? So that's pretty much how the main win condition of the deck. That's what it is. So it's very basic. It's pretty linear, straightforward, which falls in my book. Then you play triple Ties of the Brethren. This is what's going to go ahead and make sure that this combo always goes off. Special summon whatever it is that you're missing from your deck. Absolutely insane. You can't special summon for the rest of the turn, but that's perfectly fine. You play triple Holy Knight Bellfire. This basically lets you add any Holy Knight from your deck to your hand, or a level 7 light monster from deck to your hand. You'll most likely be adding whichever one you're missing. So absolutely free. Absolutely insane. So then if your opponent controls a dark monster and you control no monster, you can special summon 1 level 7 dragon monster from your hand. So it has a second effect which does come up every now and then, but the main thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and search whatever it is you're missing for your combo. Next you play triple Power Prosperity. Extravagance is not going to cut it in this deck, unfortunately. If you have Prosperity, this is definitely going to be the way to go. Let's just you go ahead and dig through your deck, and then you play a whole bunch of stuff in your extra deck you're not really going to summon. So playing triple Prosperity I think is definitely the correct way. That way you get to make sure you have all your combo pieces in your hand. Combo pieces. Triple Forbidden Droplet, you are pretty much ending on 3 cards, 3 monsters in your main monster zones, and you really only need 1 of them, so you can get rid of 2 of them and no problem whatsoever. So Forbidden Droplet is definitely just an amazing card to go ahead and play in this deck. Really boosts this deck's potential through the roof as far as Forbidden Droplets. Now I have seen a lot of people play the Condemned Witch to search out for Forbidden Droplets. Personally, I want to keep it just a light attribute deck. That's why I don't play Condemned Witch. However, feel free to go ahead. By the way, anything that's in the side deck is cards that I tried, tested out, but I just personally believe there's better options to go ahead and play the deck. Summon limit's actually nuts in this deck, absolutely insane, because it even shuts down the light-based decks. Anyway, let's see. So you play triple of the Holy Knight Nativity. One of the cards I don't use as often, but it does have a really good effect where you can reveal a light fairy type monster in your hand. If you do, you add the dragon from your deck to your hand, and then you place that fairy you revealed in the bottom of your deck. Then if your opponent activates any effect, you get to special summon it. So that's really cool. It's a free summon. All you have to do is put back a fairy, unless it's a free search. Like I said, so much searching in this deck, absolutely insane. Now instead of the 2 summon limit, I did choose to play 2 Holy Knight Sky. Reason is that this deck does have a lot of search ability, but it's pretty much 1-for-1, and you're not really gonna have a lot of card advantage, which doesn't really leave too much of a second turn play. Pretty much after you stun them the first turn, you're pretty much just hoping that you can continue to stun them by special summoning that dragon over and over again, but there's really no follow-up play as to what you can do. Now, Holy Night Sky, what it allows you to do is to gain more card advantage. So basically, during your turn, if a level 7 light dragon monster you control returns to your hand, you can draw a card. So free draw one card, actually really good in the deck, so I would definitely recommend go ahead and playing at least one to two Holy Night Sky. If you want to go ahead and take those out, you don't believe the +1 is beneficial enough, go ahead and put in the 2 summon limit. Absolutely insane, will not regret it. You play triple Imperm just to go ahead and you're pretty much limiting your opponent to one monster they get to go ahead and summon. So you activate Imperm, negate whatever effect that thing was going to have, and you should be good to go from there. At least that's what your aim is to do. Next, you play your 1 Holy Night Blast. Not the best card in the deck, as if it were a counter, maybe you play more than this card, maybe 2. So basically, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can return a level 7 light monster you control to the hand, negate the effect, and if you do, destroy that card. Normal trap card, if it were a counter, again, I play more. It does have a little bit of synergy with the Holy Night Sky because you are returning it to your hand, and then you get to draw a card, which is nice. You can go ahead and combo off it, but I mean, there's synergy there. But I definitely don't think that this is going to be like the card that, you know, wins or loses you the most games. The card that wins or loses you the most games is going to be Holy Night Advent. Absolutely insane card. I already went over this. Lets you go ahead and add it to your hand or special summon it, whatever you need. Absolutely insane. It's going to be it for the main deck. It's a 40 card main deck, guys. You don't need to play more than that. No 41, 2, 3, 60 card deck. You don't need it. The more consistency this deck has, the better. You have plenty of search ability, and you should be good to go from there. Now, for the extra deck, I try to keep it as light as possible. Like I said, we do play Barrier Statue of the Heavens, so you want to keep it. We want to have as much synergy as possible within your deck. So you play 1 hit push this card. If anyone can pronounce this card, I challenge you. I'll give you $5 right now. Don't expect $5. So basically boost all your monsters by 500, which is really nice. Play 1 Nightmare Phoenix and 1 Nightmare Unicorn, pretty standard. I do play the 1 Foxy Glove because it does take just 2+ fairy type monsters, and it can help you push for game actually. So basically when it's summoned, this card's special summon, I can inflict 200 points of damage for each card my opponent controls. So if they have back row, they're going to take that damage for the back row. So it is nice to have that option. It's a light, it's a fairy. You don't need trick stars to summon it, it's just a good card. 1 access code talker. Now I don't think I've ever added access code talker to one of my decks before. Don't need it whatsoever. Feel free to play Appaloosa, feel free to play Borosaur, feel free to play whatever you want in this spot. I just think access code talker, if you have it, like I said, go for it. It's actually going to be really beneficial for yourself. Again, more budget options for you guys. If you guys want, instead of playing Forbidden Droplets, you can play cards like Forbidden Chalice. Not the best substitute, but it'll do the work. Forbidden Chalice, if you don't have Pot of Prosperity, you can play Pot of Extravagance. So it's another budget option as well. Anyway, as far as the Xyz monsters, play 1 Bushinti Tsukiyomi for that draw power, 1 Exiton Knight, 2 Starleech Paladinamo. Actually a really good card. Lets you go ahead and make whatever opponent's monster attack to 0. So lets you go ahead and just beat over whatever. 1 number 41 Baguski. This card never gets old. Will always be played. I really wish we get the alternate artwork with when my man has his beers. Let's see. 1 Tornado Dragon. Back row sucks to play against, so there you go. 1 Utopia and Utopia Lightning, essentially just because they are lights, easy to summon. And double of the AA Zeus. If you play Xyz monsters, you should play Zeus. Don't need 2 of them. Again, there are alternative budget options, but I want to go ahead and maximize this deck as much as possible. This is definitely going to be the way to do it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think the Starry Knights are going to be doing? Are they going to be good? They're going to be bad? I think they're going to be in the rogue tier category where they might, if you mix it with some floodgates, it can be a bit menacing. I can see it. Maybe like again, summon limits. There can only be one that doesn't really help you in this deck, might actually counter you, but you get what I mean. Actually, you can play it technically because these are fairies and you're summoning a dragon, so you should be okay. but I'm getting too far ahead of myself. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Go ahead and leave a like if you are excited for Ghosts from the Past in general, as far as like, you know, the other decks that are coming out. I'm personally thinking about building Sun Avalon just because, you know, it looks fun. It should be inexpensive as well. It's not a good deck at all. If you haven't, please go watch my before you buy video on Sun Avalon. It's disgusting, so bad. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the deck for guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Subscribe for more videos. I'm here 6 days a week, and I will go ahead and see y'all in the next one.